Vince. Thanks so much for being here.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. All right, well, let's start at the beginning. So tell us a little bit about StellarAlgo and what it's all about.
Absolutely. So, yeah, at StellarAlgo, we're building the customer cloud platform for the live audience ecosystem. And so, really, what that means is we've created a unique software as a service platform that makes it possible to manage the fan through the entire fan engagement lifecycle. And essentially, our customers are using our platform at the center of their entire marketing operation, and it allows them to build long-term relationships with their most trusted customers. We're working with sports teams like the Vegas Golden Knights and the New York Yankees and the Sacramento Kings. We work with leagues like the National Football League, live event businesses like the U.S. Open Tennis Tournament or Ironman Triathlon, and then brands that are trying to access these sports fans like somebody like a Toyota. So we're now working with over 80 major properties across our platform.
Wow, that's so exciting. Those are some big names you're throwing down there, Vince.
Yeah, yeah, thank
So
you.
tell me why you actually wanted to start this company. What was going on in your head?
Yeah, so I spent over 10 years in different executive level roles throughout sports and entertainment. Most of this time was in the United States, but working on a global scale to really try and understand the sports fan, what they cared about, what motivated them, to be sort of the most passionate audiences or fans in the world. And I just was finding it really challenging, frankly. So in my role where I was investing in a lot of technology, where I was leading teams, solely dedicated to being able to understand and nurture our fans, I just found the tools didn't really exist for us to do this in the way necessary to meet the needs of the fans of tomorrow and the needs of our business. So it led me to go and create my own company. And the great thing, in some regard, for our company is, this problem just continues to grow, and we see more need for understanding digital data points and being able to nurture customers or fans in new ways. And so, that's really where we've focused our platform from day one, and we're seeing growing interest in the things we're doing today.
I bet. How has the pandemic played into that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I can chunk it out into a couple pieces, but I'd say I didn't get any younger through the pandemic, that's for sure. But the first few months when everything stopped in the world, and nobody really knew what tomorrow was going to look like exactly. There was probably 2 or 3 months at the very beginning where we were really just had to wait and see and talk to our customers about what they were experiencing. So there was sort of I would say a pause for the first few months when the pandemic really hit, and events or gathering en masse stopped. But then as things started coming back, events and were happening through digital platforms. Fans were engaging, through social media, streaming of events, and buying merchandise, etc. And so our platform really became the go-to place through the pandemic to really understand what fans were doing through digital channels. And then that tailwind has just continued to pick up for us. And now that live events are coming back en masse with fans in seats at large scale, our platform is sort of leading the way as a guiding light on how do we now interact with fans when so much has changed, and new opportunities, frankly, are being created to nurture, create unique experiences, not just physically, but also through digital. And so we're really at the center of that.
Oh, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. Okay, just a
Yeah.
couple of practical questions. So how many employees do you have right now?
Yeah, so we've grown. We're now over 45 full-time equivalent employees across our organization, and yeah, just really, really proud of the best-in-class technical capability that we've built, and all of our departments now. We've really been ramping up to meet this growing need as sports are coming back to full scale.
Great. That's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk just a little bit about impact. We talk about impact all the time within our labs. What sort of impact are you hoping to create?
Yeah, I think for us, as we've emerged from the pandemic, the importance and demand for these, sports entertainment experiences are really reaching new highs, and it is regional. In some areas, the vaccination rates have grown to a level where people are gathering in mass. In other regions, it's a little bit slower going. But what we're seeing across our data points is the need to participate and engage in these exciting experiences that allow you to connect with people, to cheer and feel good about yourself, are really reaching new highs. And there's over 2 billion avid sports fans globally. Those fans are over 10 times more engaged than any other customer on the planet when you think of other businesses. And so we're just seeing interest in that sports fan grow really rapidly. In our database, we've created a database now of over 100 million fans. We have 40 billion interaction points on them. And we really believe that we can, disrupt the way that fan is nurtured, and use our data for good, where it really comes to building long-term, valuable, trusted relationships with these very passionate people.
That's so exciting. So tell us what's next then for the company. What are you working on moving down the road?
Yep. Yeah. So for us, it's all about really connecting the dots and scaling our value proposition. So we have seen that rapid growth even right through the pandemics. We've been growing at an exponential rate. And we're at this tipping point moment for our industry and our business, where interest is at an all-time high. So for us is really just rising to the occasion, and being ready to meet the needs of our customers, that are trying to operate in this brave new digitally disrupted world. And so, yeah, we are investing aggressively now because of this pull demand. It means growing our capabilities to really end-to-end manage that fan's life cycle. So, anytime a customer is messaged to, or a fan is messaged to, for a variety of purposes, we want that to originate in our platform. And we also want to, we call it connecting the dots, but connect the dots on those fans across, yes, things like tickets, but things like e-commerce, things like sponsorship or advertising to those fans, new areas like esports and sports gambling that's now become legal in many jurisdictions. We're in a very unique position, with what we think is the world's best knowledge of who the fan is and what they care about, to really reshape the future of what it means to be a sports fan, and change the way that experiences are personalized with those fans.
Sounds like it's going to be very exciting times in the very near future. Vincent, thanks so much for this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.